Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. We're gonna be watching a pretty darn solid best of 9 here, hopefully. We have two great players in our quadrants, INnoVation and Zest. I mean, not much more that we can ask for, honestly. Truly two of the most star players of the StarCraft 2 scene that you can get right now that are available. Also, yeah, we're just starting game number 1. Of course, it is a best of 9. We're starting off on my choice of the map, which is always nice. I can kind of try and jiggle it into a way if I wanted to, of course. I'm always going to be impartial here, hopefully. I'm going to try to, anyway. So I'm going to try to pick maps that are a little bit equal. At least I see a lot of people pick. A lot of different races pick, you know. It's Everdream. Oh, there's a choppy transition. Alright, anyway, we got there. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. In the bottom left, we have a pink Protoss. He has hurt his neck a little bit, we have heard, so we might have to take a couple of breaks now and again. I'm not quite sure how bad it is. I'm not quite sure what happens, but we know he's still here. We know he's still playing. He is Zest. His opponent, no such trouble, at least as far as I'm aware. He's the red Terran player in the top right side. He is INnoVation. Also, of course, INnoVation from Kai Z Gaming. Zest from Razor Edge Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, yeah. I mean, there's the tag. I really do hope this is the correct Zest as well. I mean, he has a pretty solid MMR rating, and he's called Zest. And I did see him in a different channel. That's the one problem. He didn't know which channel he had to be in, so I had to find him in some other channel. So hopefully it's the right guy. Hopefully it's not a random one. Anyway. Oh man, it's been a while since I had a StarCraft 2 cast here. At least on the Afrika TV channel. I've missed all this Korean jabbery. And I'm not quite sure what is being said, but you know what? It's always nice. It's always nice to kind of keep it in the dark here for me. Keeps me guessing. Keeps me sharp. It keeps me using Google Translate whenever I feel like I don't have anything else to do. And has a little bit of a nice intermediate time there, of course, sometimes. Alright, now this is where things do get interesting. What is Zest going to be building first of all? It's going to be an adept, alright. So, perhaps going to be aiming towards a little bit of aggression here. And in the top right, we have a factory immediately being plopped down. It does appear to be a little bit of a gap here still. Could be a reactor, but you know what? Not looking like it will be something with Hellions. But yeah, I could still be wrong. Could still be wrong. It could definitely still be some Hellions here. Could also still be the Widowmine harassment. He did get himself a second gas here. So a bunker. Reactor on the way, the Reaper here. They managed to escape the evil clutches of the Adept there. And other than that, Twilight Council on the way for Zest. Alright, alright. And a Stalker as well. So, you know what? I am kind of expecting to see Blink coming out of Zest here. Is it going to be? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so Widowmine drop coming for INnoVation. And the Blink, of course, a solid tool against that. Against that exact thing. Wants to be sure that he will not get blindsided here and doesn't have any mobile forces to try and deal with certain harassment types. So a little bit of I guess, you know what, as good as a response as you can have against this, but it still works sometimes, which is the miraculous thing, of course, for those Terran players. Reaper here, gonna try to get on top of the ledge. Actually completely blocked off here by Zest, so INnoVation already having to run away here. He might, okay, no, not gonna get killed off there. Third base, and more barracks being thrown down here by Inno. Still no other add-ons just yet, just a singular reactor here. 3 Widowmines up and at him. Ready to go to war on the other side of the map here. Zest still just kinda chilling on his own side of the map here. Is gonna get himself an observer. Doesn't have a crazy amount of stalkers just yet, only 3. Does look like he is kind of aiming towards his economy a little bit more so, rather than ensuring that he will not take any damage whatsoever. But you know what, with the Blink there as well and the 5 stalkers, I mean, in this position he should definitely be able to just stop this from doing anything whatsoever. And it looks like, yeah, he's completely aware as well because of that pylon over there. And now that Medevac is stuck, no recall for him. That's how the saying goes when you're not a Protoss race. No recall for me. Yeah, you're stranded there until the ends of times, or if Zest decides to make a Phoenix or a Void Ray. Or decides to stop paying attention as well. That is a possibility too, of course. Alright, so charge as well being added into the mix. 3 more gateways and a forge. Now the thing with this Medevac here still is that it is of course stuck, and well, that first of all, but it's also keeping all these dogs on this side of the map, right? They are not going to be on the other side of the map. They're not going to be scouting. They're not going to gather intelligence, which means that INnoVation has a little bit more of an opportunity here, perhaps, to get himself a move out going. That is not predicted by Zest, but then again, Zest, I mean, we don't call him best for nothing. There he is, just one silly stalker there. Moving out, checking to see what is what. Sees that this army is coming out and about. Isn't going to be able to pick off Medevacs here, unfortunately, as well. Again, once more, because of these dogs being stuck here. But at least Zest knows that he's going to have to start warping in a lot of units here at home. Or at least use that Chrono for the Immortals. Where are they at? There they at. Alright, so just a single shield battery here so far. This is a pretty nifty little Marine Marauder push. Let's see if it can get anything done here. Trying to get right on top of everything. Oh, nice blink away from the Widow Mine. Zealots being warped right on top of those Widow Mines as well. And it causes a slight bit of friendly damage. The War Prism looks like it has been dealt with very well, actually. And so did with the frontal push. And yes, Zest and INnoVation both kind of on top of their defenses here. Not really taking any damage. I guess that kind of goes in favor for Zest here, as he did acquire himself that third base quite a bit earlier. No INnoVation, not that far off on the work account, of course. As soon as this is done, any senses work is over there, which is about now. Shouldn't be too far apart in the economy. And there we go. You see, not too far apart at all. At least it's going down. We'll have to check in a little bit again once those units actually start mining. So, a run by coming in from Zest here in the bottom right side as the Bioforces attempt round number 2 with the Protoss forces. Another scramble here. There's nothing really to defend. Reinforcements as well for INnoVation. Looks like it is trying to go across the map here. Only now being pulled backwards again. So, you know what? 5 SCV kills here. Not too bad for our Protoss player. As we have, once again, INnoVation just moving backwards here. Not really finding a whole lot of ground to work with on the side of Zest. Perhaps some multi-pronged harassment would be a good tool, but then again, I mean, with those blink stocks being available, it must feel a little bit awkward trying to do something like that. I like this though, pushing across the right side of the map now. Realizing that there is very likely to have some Zealots here, I suppose. Right? Maybe it wasn't anticipation. Maybe he just wants to go for a drop here. Seeing those Widow Mines and a couple of Marauders just in the front. Okay, and as soon as INnoVation sees that this is happening... Oh my dear lord, I missed it. 13 workers did get killed off. That medevac finally springing into action again. Looks like Zest also missed it here. As INnoVation is going to attempt to go for a little bit of a base trade. He scans and sees that there is an army right here available at the front steps of his own base. But, you know what, does he have anything really to do with this? The blink should be okay against these blink stocks, but not being utilized there just yet. Oh, pretty reasonable Widow Mines, actually. Is it going to be enough, though? The drop for INnoVation as well, trying to get on top of the worker line. The army units here for INnoVation still a little bit stuck. Doing a rock in a hard place. Or a mineral and a Protoss army in this case. So a whole lot of SCVs dying here. The Bioforces still pretty reasonable numbers. Using a good amount of stutter step micro backwards. But making great use of those choke points as well. INnoVation might be able to hold off here. And yeah, it looks like the army for Zest is going to fall, and INnoVation still doing quite a bit of damage on the other side of the map. Now, he did lose more workers here overall, but it's going to be a real rough ask for Zest here to stabilize at his own home base. And GG is called. There we have it. Great job there by INnoVation, taking game number 1. Game number 1 for our Red Terran player there. Well played indeed. Some people have been kicked and warned. Guys, we will not have any potty mouthing. Good luck, have fun. Request to join the... let's hide that. I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm not quite... Nightshade. Nightshade is our choice of map of battleground. Alright, let's see if both of these players, I think they were both a little bit anticipating me to have it up already. Went away to grab themselves a cup of coffee there, so I was just still yammering on about the previous game there in the end screen. It's what I like to do. This is what I like to do. Yammer, yammer. Oh, D-Domi. 1577. You've been a naughty boy, haven't you? In what way? I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I know we have some pretty solid mods, so I'm pretty sure it was a good thing. Alright. Both players itching to go, and you know what that means. I'm just gonna slam that start button. Alright, so Zest, you know, not the greatest of starts there. He didn't take any damage from the most early engagements, but then again, he never really killed off the entirety of the army that, that INnoVation was producing there. And yeah, INnoVation just kind of kept growing and growing in size. Ultimately, you know what, he managed to find an opening with all those medevacs, even though it did get scouted there in the end. Zest just went for the counter-aggression. Turned out to be the wrong call. Sought to make one of those, but you know what? That's how it went. Anyway, let's play StarCraft. In the bottom right, we have the pink Protoss. He is Zest from Raise Your Edge Gaming. Kaisi Gaming, red Terran player right here in the top left. He is none other than INnoVation. Alright, now make those workers, make those silly little harvesters. Yes. Assemble a force that is worthy of Alpha Extreme. And we shall have blood for the StarCraft gods. Trying to throw in some references there. Don't know if anyone caught on, you know. Just a little bit of quick wit. Nothing too special. Filling up time. Right. Well, I mean, looks like a Reaper expands so far for INnoVation. That's one thing that we can kind of see here. A cybernetics core first from Zest. Another thing that is kind of noteworthy is that he didn't send a probe across the map just yet. So that could be a potential weakness. But then again, I mean, he did go for cybernetics core first. So that's a pretty safe bet then, I guess. You know what? It's not as dangerous as going for the gateway and then the nexus, of course. Especially, you know, in the idea of proxying racks. Then again, I mean, when's the last time anyone's ever seen INnoVation proxy racks? The Maturino coupon, it has been used up. So if you want to support these players, if you want to support us, then try to just, you know what, make some donations, make some cast a tip jar things, tips, and maybe buy the replay pack, right? That's another thing you can do. You can buy the replays from these players for about $2, and yeah, that's going to be much appreciated. But yeah, everyone has already been very nice to us and helped us out with all the codes, so they are all gone now. Twilight Council, once again, tech of choice here, Zest. Ensuring that he will get himself that blink upgrade every single time. For INnoVation, it looks like a very similar build as we saw the previous time. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the Widow Mines coming out again. And there they are. There they are. Depth Shade gonna find himself walking into a metal wall there. A steel wall. I'm not quite sure what material supply depots are made of. Maybe it's like some pulley thingamajig. As they do have to go up and down. The coupon is not valid. The coupon has been used up, Hajin. I'm not sure if you can hear me. The coupon has been used up, so there's no longer any coupons. I hope this reaches you in time. I hope these words find your ears in times of prosper hearing. Okay, now a robotics facility is going to be joining in as well here for Zest. Most likely will be trying to get himself an observer here to get more intel, as he isn't quite sure what INnoVation's doing right now, of course. Only got to see a slight edge there of the main base. And the Widow Mine drop, there it is. Okay, so only 2 Widow Mine drops, or well, 2 Widow Mines in the drop this time around. Does have a Liberator and a Siege Tank immediately to follow it up with. So definitely a little bit of variation here coming out of well, INnoVation. Variation, innovation. Accidental rhyming occurring. But, wait a moment. Okay, yeah, he's stuck here once again, isn't he? Once more, just kind of waiting for an opportunity for later in the game, perhaps, if his opponents forgot about it. He's gonna go in again. Same goes for me, actually. Probably once I forgot about it, it's gonna fly in right there. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on that one real tightly. As a third base does get put down, INnoVation behind is starting to move out. Gonna try to apply some pressure on that third base. Now, as we saw previously, apparently he doesn't really need to do a whole lot of damage here, but you know what? Doing a bit of damage, always preferable to doing no damage. Widowmine's coming in here. 3-pronged attack here coming right now. And the Liberator not yet set up, but you know what? These forces getting rather close to that Nexus. The Siege Tank in a good position here. The Widowmines did get cleaned up, and the Liberator as well, still managing to get a couple of good kills. Look at that, 5 kills, 6 kills. Definitely worth his trouble there. More probes falling on this side as well. Immortal immediately targeted down. The bunker will not be completed, but another Siege Tank does come in with 2 more Marines here. So INnoVation definitely could still do quite a bit of damage here. With another Immortal though, and 2 more Stalkers. Does have to leave out, but 10 workers killed off there. It's not too shabby at all. It looks like a lot of those Marines are going to bite the dust though, unfortunately. Get themselves a laser to the face. Now has to just kind of set up defensively here. It seems the Blink Stalkers, not really any tool right now available for them to start jumping into the main base here. The Immortal does go back as well. What happens to the Observer? Here's the Observer. Right, so the Observer checking out for drops. Not going to be able to give any type of access to those Stalkers. And even then, no, I don't think he would have found all too much anyway. Although, you know what? INnoVation did delay his upgrades here for a really long time, right? To get that push to work like that did. To squeeze out another Liberator and to squeeze out those mines as well as the Marines and Siege Tanks. Very interesting build here for INnoVation. That's, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of weaker Protoss would just crumble right then and there. Or just not expect that much stuff coming in from so many different angles. Right, maybe the Widowmine drop and the Marine Siege Tank push. Probably never really expecting that Liberator at the same time as well. But it looked like Zest did kind of figure it out as well, as quickly as we could ask for. Also, guys, after this one, we will have ourselves a couple of, well, interviews. Questions, I should say. Not a couple of interviews. We'll have a singular interview with a couple of questions provided by Hajin's son. So if you do want to ask these, one of these players, whoever wins, some questions, make sure to write them down. And we'll try our best to get that sorted. This is a big push coming in. Are those SCVs behind us as well? Yes, they are. There they are. There they are, jumping towards the process. Although, that storm is almost done. It's not done yet, though, Zest. Oh, my dear lord. A slight miss micro there. I think he believed his storm was done, and that might actually cost him here. That is 4 High Templar going down for only a singular storm cast, and it wasn't even that great of a storm. Now the Siege Tanks are in a marvelous position here. Zest trying to drop some units on top of those Siege Tanks. Yeah, again, a little bit of missed micro there, and dropping those units too quick as well. Very unorthodox. Does appear like, you know what, Zest's injury might be bothering him a bit more here than we would like to see, perhaps. GG. It's called. INnoVation going up 2-1 right now in the total score here. And yeah, that was a bit weird. Very uncharacteristic here from Zest, of course, to have a little mishap there. Especially 2 in a row. Not really something you see all the time. Bit unfortunate. But anyway, Game number 3, once more. It's gonna be Zest, his map choice. Wait, well. I think Zest left the party here for a moment. Might do a little bit of a break here. We might... I'm not quite sure why he left the party. Oh, maybe he's looking at the ladder pool. Sim. Alright. He doesn't want to break. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. If he doesn't want to break, we're going to continue onwards. We're going to do another game here. Game number 3 immediately, following us up. And remember, guys, I mean, events like these, they would not be possible without lovely sponsors that we do have right here. One of them is, of course, the F-Bomb. F-Bomb makes portable and delicious snacks that are, you know what, perfect for a low-carb, keto, and paleo diets. They're best known for their all natural macadamia nuts, butter packets, and pork sticks, keto crunch, cheese crisps. Sounds lovely as well. So if you're looking to cut the carbs and eat a healthier diet, then start dropping those F-bombs. Someone's not accepting. Alright, there we go. We're in the lobby here. So yeah, go check them out, guys. F-Bomb, they help us out with the Matcherino as well. I mean, if you want to help out for free, you can still do some quests maybe on the Matcherino page. But of course, all the coupons have been used up. So try to, you know what, if you want to support us, do, you know what, some other stuff on the page there. As always, very much appreciated. Maybe buy yourself a replay pack or something like that. Okay. Yeah, I think they are both a go. These pro players itching to go every time. They're like racehorses. They never want to sit still, do they? It's just galloping through the open meadows of the online StarCraft 2 cups. Full speed. Warp speed ahead. Alright. Well, it's up to them. Here we go. Just doing the score and bringing you guys into the game here in as the bottom right side, a pink Protoss from Razor Edge Gaming. He is none other than Zest. And right now, Zest not feeling the best, as he does have troubles with his neck. But you know what? Let's hope it doesn't give him too much of an impediment here in the in these games upcoming. Still, of course, the red Terran player, his opponent in the top left side, Kaizi Gaming's INnoVation. Down goes the barracks. Oh my god, didn't I say last time? When's the last time we've seen a proxy barracks from INnoVation? Well, it looks like it's gonna be now. Looks like it's gonna be the 8th of April, 2022. Where he proxy barracks. A singular barracks versus Zest. And I think this is just gonna be for a slight little bit of Reaper pressure. So I don't think it's gonna be too much. Probably just wants to have that Reaper in a little bit quicker. Might be able to get a couple of picks here and start snowballing this match. As already he has been doing rather magnificently. Managing to get 2 points on the board already. Okay. Okay. In comes the scout for Inno as well. Sees that there is a plan most likely here for a base on the low ground very quickly. Puts down that NG Bay. Always a little bit annoying here for a Protoss player. Thank God Zest did prep already with that Zealot though, of course, as he didn't see a barracks in the main base here of INnoVation. Now seeing that there is a factory here. Getting his probe blocked in here as well. A little bit interesting. There's the Reaper. The Reaper doesn't want to get surrounded. Ooh, just barely clutches through the probe line here. Now, the Zealots, of course, not as great as a Adept or a Stalker at killing off a Reaper. But you know what? In the end, this is still pretty darn solid. For, you know, I mean, he did delay this Nexus quite a bit. He managed to get a kill, I believe. Yeah, one worker kill here. He's going to get another one as soon as he comes back home. And we're seeing Zest now, finally, of course, having that second base down. Another Stalker coming out and moving across the map here. Is going to spot that barracks flying about. And, yeah, the Reaper finally now killing off that probe that was still running around in his base. Absolute marathon runner, that one probe. He had a little headband. And everything. Alright, so, slightly troubling here, not too much. I would expect a couple of SCVs to be pulled here to try and repair. Needs to pull away the weakened SCVs. Oh my dear lord, this is getting rather close. Oh, the Zealot gets inside as well. And now the Cyclone gets put outside. This is interesting. I'm not sure if that was... I'm not sure if that was meant to go that way. That was I guess he did pull the Zealot on the other side of the wall, so the Cyclone, as it popped, wouldn't get hit by the Zealot, but... interesting, interesting. Okay, looks like those other two stocks did get recalled backwards. And they did get paged back to the expansion here. One Stalker available, trying to block the path of that Reaper, but it's gonna get in. What does he get as a scout? Pretty much sees most of everything. Except for the robotics bay that only now got put down anyway, so... You know what, overall, not too shabby. Sees the robo facility and 2 extra gateways. Guess it would be nice for him as well to try and keep tabs on that third base location. As so far, no third base yet from Zest. Looks like he might be going for a little bit of aggression here. Especially now that we're seeing 2 extra gas geysers haven't been taken here. And INnoVation going for Banshees. There they are. Is it just me, or is it the centered camera not always really centered? It's like always feels a little bit like it's... well, I guess it's because they're moving, right? Gives a sense of direction, maybe. Potentially. Who knows? Of extra speed. The camera's so... well, no, the unit is so quick that the camera can't keep up with it. Right, there's finally that third base from Zest. As we have a Cyclone, Marines, and Siege Tanks. A couple of SCVs as well coming through here. Observer not getting a glimpse of it just yet. One Colossus is on the way. Still pretty far off though. Did he lose an observer? Oh, okay. Yeah, there was another observer there. Alright, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. There's no stim, there's no combat shield. There's not much of anything here. INnoVation once again going for a push where he decides to not go for those upgrades in favor for more mech units like Siege Tanks and a Banshee here in this case. 2 workers did die already in this push. And we're trying to see here if this is going to be enough for INnoVation to push through. I'm not quite sure actually. The Colossus is still pretty high up on that HP bar, but then nice targeting from the Siege Tanks. The Banshees are still here as well, of course. Want to target down those Stalkers. As soon as those fall, it's going to be very difficult here for Zest. And there he goes down into the slumps of defeat once more. Zest falling to the aggression and pressure here for INnoVation. Losing his cool and yeah. Great couple of pushes here from INnoVation so far. I'm not quite sure if this is the new thing that he's doing. Like this is the great thing maybe that he sees that is the best to do right now. Or if it's just one of those little things that he kind of figured out and he's trying it out. He's not quite sure if it's that great. But he's it seems like he has been working on it a little bit here, right? Because already we kind of saw 3 different iterations from this delaying of the Stimpack combat shield and stuff like that. Alright. Okay, here we go. Again, once more. I mean, he's a trooper. I need to not play against Zest, please. Although that might give him a point on the board, to be fair. There we go. Referees, alright. Good luck, have fun, once more. And guys, normally we do have the Matcherino, of course, with the codes available right now. We don't have the codes, unfortunately, as they have all been used up. So I don't think it's really unfortunately. It's more so like, thank you. Thank you for helping us out with those codes. But yeah, that does mean right now, if you still want to support the tournaments, you're going to have to do it in a different way. So actually, let me quickly show you here. You can go on the contributes, you can buy yourself some nice jerseys, you can get yourself the replay pack, all sorts of that good jazz. Go check it out, guys. It is absolutely lovely stuff. Anyway, alright, so here we go. Let's play StarCraft! I want to shout that more loudly, but I'm a little bit afraid that my neighbors might start to think I'm weird. In the top right side of the map, there is the pink Protoss. He is none other than Razor Edge Gaming Zest. In the bottom left, there is the red Terran. He is looking to take this one pretty clean so far. Can he drop the ball here at least one time? Let's hope so for a longer series. Anyway, he is Kaisi Gaming INnoVation. Would love to see this one go all the way, of course, to game number 9. So far, Zest not really finding his momentum, not really finding his groove. Not really finding the skip in his tap. He's going to go for a very early on scout here. Doesn't want to get blindsided once more by one of those proxy racks. Isn't going to be what INnoVation is going to go for here anyway, though. An INnoVation with a rather late scout on that SCV. At least comparatively, you do see people sending out sometimes a little bit earlier on. Interesting. Oh, also, of course, guys, for anyone who is just joining in, we do have a interview afterwards here with the winner, provided by Hajin-san, the best esports translator, of course, in the business. And is going to be able to help us out, get some questions answered. So if you want to, you know what, ask one of these players, whoever's going to win, a question about these games or the game in general, do make sure to write it down somewhere and give it up to us later on at some point. Alright, in we go. Reaper versus Adept. The ever known dance of death that these two units like to do with one another. It's a bit of a mating ritual, I suppose, as well. Yeah, they're never really that fond of one another. Social distancing and all right now as well, of course, occurring. So making the romance between these units ever so much more awkward. There we go. Little mule being thrown to the wayside as it was about to run out of time, of course. Oh, there they go. Finally, they found one another. But it looks like it's going to be too much to handle here for the Reaper. Yeah, couldn't take that much love from the Adept. Immediately. Well, that's what you get, guys, if you're not social distancing right now. Alright, anyway. Third base rather quick from Zest here. Once more, we're seeing the Blink upgrade coming through. Again, very similar builds here for INnoVation as well, I suppose. It's going to be the Siege tanks once more. It looks like it very well may be as well as the Liberator here. So, you know what? Pretty similar to game number 2. Now we did get to see here A good amount of pylons scouting out for any potential drops coming across the map. The medevac is coming to the other side though. And with those pylons on the left side, the Stalkers feel pretty secure to be positioned here in the third base, or the natural, sorry. Medevac coming on in. A scouting Phoenix hallucination, not really finding it though. Oh my dear lord. Alright, looks like it just barely manages to get out of there. And now what else is coming across the map here? Look at that. More Marines, another siege tanks once more. INnoVation just kind of ramping up the aggression here. Gonna attempt the harassment. Probably send this force to the third base. So keep this Widowmine drop at the main base and the Liberator perhaps towards the main base. Let's say main base. Medevac on the natural. I had a long night yesterday, guys. It's no excuses though. That's a little bit of an excuse, but... Oh, quick response here from Zest, warping into Stalkers, although of course that does mean that those Stalkers are not going to be available here to help out with this bush coming across now. One Marine already falling, looks like more Marines. Lovely targeting here from Zest, there we go, that's some nice micro there. Targeting down the medevac as well, that's pretty darn big. Doesn't want to get hit by those Widowmines though, still of course, it looks like he very well might lose this... base, but no, actually he decides to try and save it, going for the blink right on top, and you know, that is turning out to be quite obvious the right choice after that, watching that engagement. Very well handled there. Liberator is still running around though, only has one kill so far. I think that may have been a Stalker though. Stalker, I was trying to pick it off right here. And you know what, that was some brilliant hold there by Zest. That's the first time we really seen him not really take any damage in that situation. And you know what, making this attack look a little bit silly, because now INnoVation's just spend more money into those initial units instead of getting the upgrades. So now his upgrades are delayed, and he lost more overall money with his first initial aggression. As of course those upgrades, they do carry on through towards the later parts of the game. Zest right here, oh my god, that is quite ballsy, isn't it? Throwing down that fourth base immediately after that. But then again, what realistically can INnoVation throw at him at this point in time? Not too much, I tell you. 5 more gateways as well being added in. Liberator coming back for round number 2. Nothing else though there now to try and help out. And, yeah. Oh my dear lord, INnoVation losing this Raven as well here. Oh, that is very unlucky. That Raven probably being sent out to try and do some more harassment here. As INnoVation, you know what, he kind of has to do something, right? He is on 50 army supply versus 33, to be fair, but that is not an advantage that's going to be lasting here for very much longer. Perhaps with this, with all these upgrades finishing up here, perhaps he wants to start ramping up the aggression on the other side of the map again. But it looks like he doesn't feel comfortable enough to go with absolutely everything. Keeping his siege tanks on that third base. You know what, looks like that has been the right choice. Now after making sure that those Stalkers don't feel comfortable going in there, immediately unsieging and bringing along absolutely everything here. Stalkers, you know what, regaining their overall senses of pride, going back in there. But yes, Zest did throw down another base here, thinking, you know what, you have your siege tanks at home, that means you're not going to come in here for an all-in attack, and he has been kind of blindsided now. Perhaps is this going to be enough for INnoVation? It's a pretty terrifying army, 85 army supply versus 61. Has Zest been too greedy and just been trying to get himself to a much too high base count here? Oh my dear lord, he very well may have. That's so much Terran once again now wailing away at those zealots at the front line. A lot of those SCVs do fall, but that is not the main objective here for Zest. Zest needs to kill off all the Marines, all the siege tanks. And that is going to be the toughest job for him that he's had so far. It looks like he may have to pull even more probes here to try and get this to work out for him. Zealot and Stalkers as well coming in from the backside. Looks like he will be able to get on top of those siege tanks. But is it going to be enough? Oh, my dear lord, it's getting closer and closer. But more Marines coming in. And GG has to be called again. INnoVation, an absolute monstrosity of a player here. I think that's the saying, right? If INnoVation's playing like this, killing his opponent very quickly, every game, you know what, he probably just feels like playing League of Legends. And, well, I don't understand how he could be, with stuff going this way. Now, Zest, this would be the right time to ask for a break, my friend. This would be the most opportune time, most likely. You might not get another chance here. INnoVation already on match point after 40 minutes after we started this series. I mean, it's a bit awkward here. We're gonna have to wait and see if Zest is gonna be able to make a comeback happen here. I mean, I know he needs to win 5 games in a row now. That is seemingly a task that is not gonna work out. A task that you cannot give to anyone, really, as you see INnoVation play like this. I mean, if Zest is getting beaten by INnoVation like this, then, you know what, I'm starting to question, maybe it was just a random guy named Zest that I found in a different channel somewhere. I don't think it is, as there's never been another Zest that showed up. Alright. Good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. These players are itching to go once more. There's nothing more we can do. Guys, thank you as well to one of our sponsors. They are G Fuel. G Fuel, the official esports drink ever since 2004. They've been providing top gamers and gaming people of the gaming industry like PewDiePie and Dr. Disrespect with energy, focus and endurance. They've just released their new flavor, Castro's Guava. A flavor that pays tribute to the streamers, Castro, the streamer, his rich Mexican heritage. Get the new flavor alone or in its limited edition collector's box. G Fuel adds to our prize pool, so for each quest that you do on the Match Arena page for them, money gets added into the prize pool for these players. So make sure to go check them out on the Match Arena page, and just overall, go check out G Fuel, guys. Get yourself energized and hopefully winning more games that way. Alrighty, alrighty. Perhaps already for the last time, is he actually gonna get clean sweeped here? I mean, we know he's hurt his neck. We're not quite sure how. We're not quite sure how severe it is, but you know what? I've not seen him be absolutely destroyed this heavily for a long period of time, so perhaps it is bothering quite a bit and he just wants this match to be over with. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, it's the Pink Protoss. Raise your edge gaming. He is Zest. In the bottom left side, on match points, the Red Terran. Fighting for victory here. Clean sweep. Can he do it? In the best of 9, that's pretty darn impressive. Anyway, he is INnoVation. Coming after that little probe. Not wanting him to block the command center here. And it looks like, you know what, that is some unfortunate stuff there for Zest. Just barely not blocking that command center. So pretty much on time with dropping that on the ground there. Another barracks. So once again, a different build here from INnoVation. INnoVation definitely making use of the strength of the Terran here, trying to continuously just keep making different units to put the aggression on the other side of the map here. And that game number 4, guys, that was pretty darn crazy too, right? Where he had his siege tanks up. He knew those. It's like he just read his opponent absolutely brilliantly. Realizing you're most likely going to try to come in here with those stalkers again. you're gonna get shot by those siege tanks and decide, you know what, I probably shouldn't attack right now. And that's when I'm gonna pounce immediately. That's when everything I have is gonna start marching across the map here. Zest completely buying it. Going for the, I believe it was even a 5th base, right? A 5th base versus a Terran. I was just chilling on, well, pretty much a 1-base economy, as he did send SCV's worth of 2 bases pretty much to his opponent's front door. So yeah, some nice mind games coming out there from INnoVation. As once again we're seeing Zest going for this blink upgrade. It's a very, very solid upgrade after all, but it's not been working out for him too much so far. Although, to be fair, in that final game, he did have a brilliant hold, right? The first initial period. Even in that first game as well, he had some amazing holds. Nothing really could even get close to him. And then, all of a sudden, it just all fell apart. He just didn't realize the extreme amount of forces that was marching across the map here. The macro of INnoVation just, you know, once again being just a little bit better, I suppose, than other people. Making it possible for INnoVation to blindside his opponent like this. And Zest, you know what, he is completely unaware of what is happening here as well. Looks like he is just expecting another Widowmine drop. Not really prepping for anything that is really coming his way. Making probes the blink upgrade. I mean, it's pretty good against stuff like this as well, right? You want to have a lot of micro though, and I do believe, well, actually, if he does go for a drop like this, getting underneath one of those medevacs when they're fully loaded with those stalkers, that wouldn't be too shabby. That'd be pretty darn solid, actually. Yeah. And again, he does have to make that work still. Okay, coming in with his observer. This would be a lovely spot if he does manage to see these medevacs. There we go. Oh, that is just in a nick of time. Okay, so he sees those medevacs. Is he going to respond? Yes, he is. Okay, putting all his stalkers a little bit further back. He's going to attempt to jump underneath those medevacs here. He has 1 sentry at the bottom. Perhaps there's a little bit of a spotter to see where they are coming from. And there it is. A lovely blink from Zest. Oh, just barely not getting both of those medevacs. That is absolutely brilliant. And a very nice defense there for Zest. There's not much more than that you could ask for there. Although, to be fair, that's what we've been saying here for a couple of games. Every time INnoVation tries to do the earlier harassments. So, I mean... Okay, well, I mean, I'm just trying to see the overall conclusion for this game. Army value, once again, kind of going in favor here for INnoVation. It's not that scary this time around. I guess it is now almost double, but... Still, I don't think Zest is going to be making the same mistake that he did previously here. Is going to go for a more cautionary approach, adding in a whole lot of gateways here, seeing that INnoVation is moving out here now as well with a lot of those blink stokers. They are not wrapped up here trying to defend against a medevac somewhere else. Are going to be able to deal a little bit of damage here already. Need to not take too much hull damage though, of course, on those stalkers. Want to be careful not to get any of them picked off here. Ooh, nice targeting from INnoVation, but just barely not enough. There's no shield batteries whatsoever here from Zest. It looks like he's just trying to get everything he has into the same bucket. Oh my dear lord. Those 2 upgrades, the charge and the storm, still quite a bit off here. So definitely will start taking damage. Unfortunately, not going to be able to deal immediately with INnoVation before he gets into a solid position here. He's going to be able to set up those bunkers as well. How many ever he would like to have. Seeing this base in the open as well, just sending in 1 single SCV here. Might be able to just leave Zest on 1 base and go towards the north here. Oh, a recall actually towards the top. That was absolutely brilliant. Now he does have Storm here, so he's going to be able to defend this base. having half his army in the front now and the other half in the back of INnoVation. INnoVation cancelling one of those bunkers, deciding to go for this third base immediately, putting all his siege tanks right here on this ramp. Is there enough for Zest? Oh my dear lord, I'm not quite sure if there is. He's trying to come in from the other side. He still has one High Templar here. The storm is not that great. Not hitting the targets as much as they would like to. The Zealots getting on top of the siege tanks, but it looks as there's just too many siege tanks and too many Marines here. And you know what? INnoVation's making Zest look like just a new kid on the block, and that was that. Any INnoVation fans, I hope you had a good time. Well, we are gonna have another interview here, of course. That was the best of 9. That was the best of 9 in 50 minutes. Right? Did I miscount? Did I miscount the games here? Let's see. We started on Everdream. We went Nightshade, we went Simulacrum, we went Eternal, and then we had Golden Wall. Yeah. INnoVation. What a beast. Alright, so we are still going to have the winners interview, of course. We're going to talk to INnoVation here a little bit. If you have questions for INnoVation about those games, about that series, about whatever, what kind of animals he keeps at home, whatever you like to know, make sure to throw those questions in the chat. And as long as they're in English, I might be able to read them. Right. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Zest? You know what? Already, we did say it a couple of times. Not feeling that great. Having a bit of neck troubles. Right. Let's take a look if this is already being set up. Right, I think Hajin is trying to get everything. It's good with me. That's good with me, you know. Alright. Let's try to get everything set up here. I'm not sure. I do have Kakao talk? Kakik talk? Kakao talk? It's the Korean program. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I never used it. Let me try to boot it up. I'm not quite sure. Alright, no, we already have a Discord. Every time when I start doing this, I'm like, well, I should have had this already set up. I have it, but I just don't know how to use it. Anyway. The winners interview. Here we go. Let's try to come up with a couple of questions here for INnoVation. Okay, alright, there we go. That's some questions from Sushi. Lovely stuff, always helping me out. Let me try to do a voice call here with the other people. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, INnoVation.
Hello.
Hi. Waiting for Hajin's son. She'll be here pretty shortly. Well played, you know. GG's.
Thank you.
Hajin's son not here. Zest not best anymore, is he? Zest no best.
Today is
Yeah.
he strong.
Yeah, normally. How you doing, Hajin son?
Hi guys. Good. Thank you for having me. Congratulations, INnoVation, on this 5-0 quick victory.
Yeah, that was
So,
that
yeah,
was
go-
ridiculous. Honestly. So INnoVation, did you feel like Zest was actually playing worse than normal? Do you think it could be his neck injury? Did he say anything about it or?
아, 오늘 5대0으로 빠르게 이기셨는데, 혹시 오늘
네.
주성욱 선수가 컨디션이 안 좋다고 들었는데, 어때 보셨어요? 주성욱 선수 컨디션 오늘. 평소보다 약간 못한 느낌이 있었나요?
아니요, 그런 거 같진 않았는데, 그냥 스타일상 제가 좀 잘 노린 것 같아요.
No, I don't think he played worse than usual, but it's just when it comes to style, the play style, I think I just won with this play style that I play today.
All right. So does he? Let's see. Does he feel that Widowmine openers, such as the first game, are the best builds Terrans can open versus Protoss with in this meta? And why not?
오늘 1세트 때 예를 들면은 계속 위도우 마인으로 게임을 시작을 하셨는데 그게 지금 테란이 할 수 있는 최선의 빌드라고 생각하시나요? 오프너로?
1세트요?
네, 땅거미 지뢰로 게임 시작하는. 네.
그냥 제일 무난한 빌드라고 생각하는데 별로 좋은 것 같진 않아요.
I think it's a very standard build and not good in particular.
I mean, he did use it like 4 out of 5 times, but
그래도 오늘 5번 중에 아마 4경기를 그렇게 한 것 같은데 그냥
네.
무난한 건 맞나요? 좋은 거 아니고?
좋은 건 아닌데 그래도 성욱이 형이 점추만 하는 스타일이어가지고 그래서 제가 그냥 부담 없이 했던 것 같아요.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. And I know that Zest really like doing these blink stalkers, and that's good against that. So that's why I think I went for this opener.
okay. Let's see. Next question. Players such as Dream have enjoyed using Proxy 2 barracks in series. How do you feel about this build? It's only good against certain Protoss players, or do you think it's overall a good tournament build?
대회 때 드림 선수가 전진 투 배럭 쓰는 거를 저희가 몇 번 봤었는데 그게 되게 약간 특정한 토스 선수 상대로만 좋은 건가요? 아니면은 그게 좀 전체적으로 좋은 빌드라고 생각하시나요?
저는 뭐 한번 따라해보긴 했는데 저는 좀 좋은 상황이 안 나오더라고요. 그래서 그것도 좀 많이 해보고 최적화가 돼야 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
So I tried the build once and I didn't find it like really good. I think I need to practice and optimize the build to make it better.
Okay. All right. So another question. No Protoss in his GSL group right now. So does that mean he's used his best builds for today, or I guess he told us that already a little bit, didn't he? With the Widow Mines, he said it wasn't the greatest. So is he still saving his best builds, or?
이제 GSL 조에 프로토스 선수가 없잖아요. 그래서 오늘
네.
약간 경기할 때 부담 없이 제일 좋은 빌드를 보여주신 건지 아니면 그래도 토스전에서 약간 숨겨둔 빌드가 있는지 궁금합니다.
오늘 그냥 뭔가 좀 머릿속으로 그냥 머리가 시키는 대로 마켓 했는데 좀 잘 통한 것 같아요. 평소에 아예 안 하던 플레이인데 그냥 손 가는 대로 했어요.
Today, I just played with the flow. I just went, like my heart was dictating, like my head was telling me to do, and that went well. That's it.
Okay. I also see a couple of questions in chat. This one seems fun from Saturn. Who does he think would win between Maru and Serral in a big match? Let's say a final match.
시청자 질문인 것 같은데요. 지금 상태에서 조성주 선수와 세라 선수가 결승전에서 만난다면 누가 이길 것 같나요?
성주요.
Maru. I think Maru would win.
All right. Yeah, he's been on fire pretty well recently. Okay, makes sense. Why does he prefer Bio over Mech in TVC? another question from Zest on that. He's just throwing those questions out there.
이제 저그전을 할 때 메카보다는 바이오를 좋아하시는 것 같은데 특별한 이유가 있을까요?
저는 개인적으로는 메카닉만 해서는 못 이긴다고 생각하고 그냥 한 번씩 섞어주는 거는 괜찮은데 바이오닉이 더 나은 것 같아요.
So I don't think I can win by only using mech, so that's why I can mix both. But overall, I think bio is better. I just can't win using only mech.
All right. Now, Hutchinson, is there anyone talking in Korean in chat that you can see is still asking questions for INnoVation, or?
Earlier, I saw one question. He was asking if he had any expectation for the upcoming GSL. Like, what was his mindset going into this GSL? So we can ask him that, I think.
Yeah.
아까 또 시청자 질문 중 하나인데요. GSL에 대한 각오 한마디 부탁드립니다.
이번 GSL 뭔가 컨디션이 지금 괜찮은 것 같아가지고 일단 16강은 무난하게 갈 것 같고 잘하면 우승까지도 노려볼 수 있을 것 같아서 좀만 열심히 하면 될 것 같아요.
So right now I'm in a pretty good condition, like good form. So I think it's going to be easy to get to the round of 16. And if I keep playing well, I think I can even win this GSL. So I'm curious here. So you're in Group B with Rock, Top, Scarlet, and INnoVation. So who do you think might give you a hard time in your group? 그래도 이제 24강에서 이제 그룹 B시잖아요. 뭐 여기 로그
네.
선수, 탑 선수, 스칼렛 선수가 있는데 그래도
네.
약간 이 선수는 약간 좀 견제된다. 아니면 좀 어려울 수 있겠다라는 선수가 있나요?
로그 선수가 당연히 어려울 것 같은데 제가 왠지 이길 것 같긴 해요.
Of course, Rog, but I kind of have the feeling that I'm going to beat him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there's one question still left for Sushi here. Unless if that was another Korean question that you thought, or maybe you have a good question as well, Hajin-san. Those are
No,
always
it's okay.
welcomes.
Go ahead.
All right. So a lot of mid-game aggression from him this series, with some SCV pools too. Was he just trying to avoid the late game, and did he feel, did he feel like Protoss just have to be killed as quickly as possible, and that is the best strat?
맞아, 오늘 경기를 봤을 때 약간 후반을 가기 전에 중반 게임 때, 그러니까 일꾼까지 땡기면서 많이 이제 교전을 많이 만드셨는데, 좀 이유가 궁금해요. 그게 그때 토스를 죽여야 된다고 판단을 한 건지, 아니면 후반 가면은 불리해질 것 같아서 그렇게 했는지 궁금합니다.
일단 성욱이 형 스타일이 좀 테크 안 가고 지상 병력에 추종하는 스타일이라서 시즈에 좀 취약한 면이 있어서 한 것도 있고 또 뭔가 후반 가면 토스한테 못 이기는 밸런스여가지고 그냥 빨리 끝내는 게 유일한 이길 수 있는 방법이라고 생각해.
So there are two reasons for that. It's first, Zest style. He's not really going for high-tech units, but he likes ground units. And I think the build that he was... so Zest is pretty weak against the build I did against him.
Okay.
And the second reason is that regarding the current balance, I think Protoss late, I can't beat it. So that's why I wanted to finish fast.
All right. So it kind of just came together well and it was the style for versus Zest particularly, and just he doesn't like to play late game versus Protoss.
Yeah.
All right. Makes sense. Any particular reason why he doesn't like to play against Protoss late game? Any units or strategies that are being used, or?
토스 후반이 이제 세다고 말씀하셨는데, 그게 약간 특별한 토스 유닛이 있나요? 좀 까다로운 후반 토스 상대할 때?
분열기가 뜨면 이길 수가 없어요. 그래서 분열기 너프를 빨리 해야 될 것 같아요.
It's because of the disruptors. I think they really need a nerf. I can't play as soon as the Protoss get the disruptors.
All right, fair enough. Okay, I think we've had our fill then for INnoVation. Thank you so much for helping us out, Hutchinson. Always doing a lovely job. Very much appreciated.
Welcome.
And
Thanks, guys.
hope to see you next time again for
Thank you.
another
Bye-bye.
lovely interview. Thank you, INnoVation. See you later. GG's. All right. All right, lovely stuff there from Hutchinson and of course INnoVation as well, giving a lovely interview there. Nice answers as well. I think, you know what, INnoVation, he's getting better and better at doing interviews, kind of giving answers as well. I think at the start, when at the very first interviews that he did, always went a little bit more rocky. But yeah, great stuff there. And go check out Hajin's-san as well, guys. She does some amazing stuff, and it's always very much appreciated that she makes stuff like this actually a possibility for us. And yeah, that's just good spirit. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I've been Kozan. You can check me out on Twitter, on my Twitch. It's over here. I don't know how to point anymore. That was a very short series, but we'll be back with more. Well, it's gonna be the next, I believe it was Saturday. No, actually it's Sunday. Never mind. It's Sunday, around the same time as we started today. It's 1 hour later, 12 p.m. CEST, 7 p.m. KST. And there's gonna be a bi-weekly King of the Hill, starting off then with Sound versus INnoVation. So is INnoVation gonna be in ring the same strategies? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, you'll be able to find that one on the Alpha X stream. That is written like that, Alpha X SC2. I mean, it's the Twitter, but it's also the Twitch. So there you go. Right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. I love you too. Bye-bye.